if you need to cover the side of the building, in that case also you need to put some extra member which are known as guard. Okay, so these are the guard, 1, 2, 3, and here this is the purlin. Okay, and now there are different type of purlin, okay, or the guard. You can use circular member as purlin and also as guard, okay, or you can use some Z-shaped member like this. This is known as Z purlin. Okay, so you can also use this Z-shaped section as purlin and guard. The problem arises when you use this Z-shaped purlin and guard. Why? Because this Z-shaped purlin and guard are fixed over this rafter or the beam. Okay, so this is the beam here, but if you use truss, in that case these purlin are fixed over the rafter. Okay, so the only this leg is fixed with this beam or this rafter. Okay, and the top flange is completely unsupported. And if you closely look into this Z-shaped purlin, here you can see that this is the rafter, because here we have used this truss. Okay, or if you use this beam, in that case also the bottom leg is only fixed with this rafter or the beam, but the top flange is completely unsupported. And what will happen if you have any amount of lateral load which is being applied over this purlin or over this guard? Okay, maybe due to earthquake or due to wind or maybe some operational load, this top flange buckle and the purlin become completely unstable. Okay, so what you have to do, whenever you are using this Z-shaped purlin and guard, you have to make sure that the top flange of this section is laterally supported, right? Okay, now you have got a basic idea about the problem when you are using Z-shaped purlin and guard. Okay, so now the question is how to provide the lateral support. Very simple. I have discussed a lot in my previous videos.